Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Winters. Thank you for coming on the program. I am so excited you're here in my studio. I don't know how I'm going to do this because...
Did you put this all together in therapy? This is the kind of thing we made first time I had to go away. Wonderful little desk, almost for children, and you're an adult, but it works. Little glasses of water here. On the Leno show, and excuse me, the other people, Letterman, you don't even get this. You just got to look from him.
So I'm a step above that.
But you're a step above that. And this is, I didn't bargain to be this low, but I can understand it. And I'm not apologizing, and you don't have to apologize. I want to say this to your many fans, and say this to you directly, whether there's a camera back here or not. I watch you, and that's why I'm on the show. I knew there wasn't going to be a used Plymouth for me or something like that. Or a set of toys that, left over from Christmas or stolen from the Marines at Toys R Tots. Any rate, I said, I got to go on this show if the lady will have me on the show. Because a lot of people will say, and have, unfortunately, I don't know, you've had a lot of problems. Which I have. I don't lie, but I don't talk about them because other people can
You've been diagnosed bipolar.
Oh, yeah, I know, and I'm not. Believe me, I tell you, I was maybe at one time, but I'm really now, as within the last couple of years, polar. I'll tell you why. Because my wife and I went on a cruise, and we went around the Antarctic.
Right.
So I'm just polar. I haven't been to the Arctic, you say.
So you're
but I've been to the Antarctic, so I'm just polar.
Okay. Well, since my childhood, I was rolling on the floor laughing, so it's going to be really hard for me to interview you without...
Well, you're certainly nothing like my parents, because they were like this. What is he doing? What is this? And
you were doing your routines when you were a child?
Oh, yeah. I was an only child. And I thought foolishly I'd be #1 first on the will. And I'd get that wonderful desk that my great-grandfather had, or great-grandfather, roll-top desk. I'd get the Civil War sword. I got stiffed. I didn't get anything. I did get a softball that was eaten by a bad dog.
Oh.
And that's about it, and a picture of the family, which I burned.
Now, I'd like to start off by asking you how you actually got into show business. Well, it was in radio, right?
Yes, radio. I'm one of these guys, actors, comedians, what have you, what many of those people that you've interviewed or know about will say, I wanted to be an actor ever since I was about 4 years old. I didn't know where I was at 4.
Exactly.
Let alone what I wanted to be. I knew that the diapers had to be changed.
Exactly.
Things like that. I was wearing socks that were pink, and I was a boy.
Who, if you were to pick 3 comedians right now that are working in the business?
I got to go with Robin because we're old friends.
You're his idol, his mentor.
The guy that did In Living Color.
Damon Wayans?
Damon.
He's incredible.
I loved him. The other guy, what's the other guy that played the fireman on Fire?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, and the guy that did the church lady, Saturday Night Live.
Dana Carvey.
Yeah, those are guys.
Incredible.
Those are the guys I loved. Yeah.
I agree. Dana Carvey is so hilarious.
And the little guy from Canada, who does
Mike Myers.
Yeah, I love Mike Myers. Yeah.
Saturday Night
They're
Live.
very refreshing guys. There are others too, but I have to go with those are some. In Living Color, I was on the floor.
I was too.
I love that. It was the most refreshing television, and of course a lot of people, oh, that was a terrible thing when a guy came in. Half of his face was burned away and he played a fire chief?
Right.
What is funny about this? Well, a lot of life just can't be all a pie in the face and people going, okay, no more of that.
So what advice would you give to people like myself trying to come up in the business? It's
one thing I got to tell you, because it applies to everybody in here. It's not just show business. It applies to your whole way of life. It's a big word called rejection. Because people will say to you, Connie, are your parents still alive? Go back to them. Well, what is this? What do you mean go back to them? I've been back there. They didn't think I was that funny. Or they laughed so much, they frightened me. You know, but I mean, what do you mean go back? You can't go back. But just get ready. And I don't know that, I've been on cattle calls. Mr. Winters, how old are you? I'll be 79 in November. Jesus, you'll be 79. Oh, God. We don't even have a grandfather part. Would you like to walk across in the scene?